In this video, let us try and draw the graph of these two equations which we took in the previous video to see what type of graph they form. Is it whether is it consistent or it is say inconsistent, okay, inconsistent, or whether it is dependent, okay. Anyway, so to start off, let us find two solutions of the first equation, say that is x plus y as 8, right? So here let's consider x to be 2, okay. Then we'll get it like this, right? Because we're considering x as 2. Then we're gonna get our y as 6. So the one point formed by the first equation is x as 2 and y as 6, that is 2 comma 6, which will be written in that way, okay. The second one, say this time we consider not 2, not x to be 2, say y to be 2, say y is 2 this time. So if y is 2, we get our x this time as 6, so that will be 6 and 2. It will just be the opposite because we can do that in this one. The second one, let's do the second equation, which is 2x plus y equals 13. That's 13. Yeah, that's 13. 2x plus y is 13. Then here let us consider x to be say 4. If x is 4, we'll get 2x 8. Then I have a plus y, which is 13. Then I'll get my y as a 5. I'll get y as 5. Then now the I'll make the graph again one more time. So if my x is 4, I get y 5. Then now let us consider another value for x. Say again we take x as 6 this time. 6 2s are 12, and I have a plus y equals 18. Now you might already have guessed I get my y as 1. So now the x is 6 and y is 1. Okay, let me plot these points on this graph. X here is 6, y is, no, x is 2, y is 6, so that is 2 and 6. One point is here, that is 2, that is 2 comma 6, okay. And the other one is the opposite, 6 comma 2. Okay, next is 4 comma 5, so this is 4, and my 5 will be here, okay. That will be 4 comma 5. And the next one is 6 comma 1. This is a 1. Since I have a 6 here, I have a 1 here, so it's somewhat like no, sorry, I have a 6 here and a 1 here. The x-axis is always first, so 6 comma 1. And draw the lines. We get one line there, and the arrows because it goes on forever, and the second line will be formed like that. And so now here we can see that they intersect at this point, which is 5 comma 3, right? So that 5 comma 3 as they intersect, as I told you in the previous videos, when two lines intersect, it is known as a consistent graph. It is known as a consistent graph, okay. Now here, after we get the consistent graph and when they intersect at this point, what does it actually mean? So this 5 comma 3 which I get is the solution of these two equations. So if you put 5 and 3 in both of them, they both satisfy each equation. And as I told you in the previous video, that if we can't find the unique values of this equation until we have a second equation which has the same values as x and y, and so we can do one by this graphical method in which they intersected this time, so that is consistent graph, and we get our values of x as 5 and y as 3. You can put it in the places of your x and y, and check if they satisfy the equation or not.